Hi, this is Karen with Member Find Me, and I'm here to go over some of our great new features. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you can see the features. So let me go over here and right here. So right here you can see I've got two different things opened up, and the reason for that is this is where I'm signed in as an administrator, and I'm using a Chrome browser for that. But sometimes as I'm working on it, I want to take a look at what a member's going to see. But as long as I'm signed in here, I'll always just see the administrator's view. So I also have a Safari window open, and this I have open to the website, and I'm not signed in on anything. So it gives me the view that a general website visitor or a member will see. Hi! I see Dixie has joined. How are you today, Dixie? Hopefully you can hear me all right. Oh, here we go. Let me just check in with Dixie. She's joined us. Oh, great. You can hear me. I was just about to ask that. Very good. I'm not able to hear you, though. Okay, well, thanks for muting. If you have any questions you want to ask or something you want to go over, you can just write it into this group chat, and I'll make sure to hit that point. And I was just getting into the basics now and talking about using two different browsers. I'm using Chrome here for my administrative view, and then also I've got a Safari for my membership view. That way, when I'm with the Safari, I'm not logged in, so I'll always see what the general people will see. So I've got here, and Dixie, are you more interested in donations, shopping, forms? Do you have a particular interest? Shopping, okay. So we've got one shopping page here, and I'll kind of show you the end result, and then we'll go back and show you how that's created. So here, if I go on here, oops, sorry, shop. I've got 4 items listed on this page, and if you click on one of them, you can see there's a custom question for this item, an option for this item, so I can say the name on the back of the shirt is Qua, a large, medium or small, I'll say I need a medium, and hit add, and then from there I can fill out the general information and my credit card information. Now how we get to that point is we start by doing a new form. And a new form is always going to be just one word. You could call it whatever you want. So I'm going to call this one shop. And hit enter. Oh, I have another one with the same. Okay, sorry. I'll call shop 2. Shop 2. Shop 2. Okay, so that'll bring you to this page. And you can put a title on it if you want. And what this is, the form template, is the general information you're going to collect from every single person who fills it out. You can also put questions that are specific to certain items. So if you're going to be shipping items to people, you might need to get their address. So you can click Add Field here, and I can do address. And then this is the address field, so I'm going to go over here and pick address here. And then I can choose if it's required or not. I'm going to say yes, because I need to ship it to them, and without their address I can't do that. And say OK. You can add additional boxes for additional information as well that everybody who purchases something will fill out. The items are the things you're going to sell. So if I go here and I add a new item, and I'm going to say cake. And then I can describe it. This is the most delicious cake you will ever eat. And you've got your typical things. So if I want to really highlight delicious, I can bold it so people will see right away it's a delicious cake. Underneath, you're going to set the information for the items. So this is going to be a fixed price good or service. The other options you have is if it's something for free, a fixed amount donation, or a flexible amount donation. Because this is the shopping cart, you'll almost always use that. The item price is $15 for my most delicious cake. If you want to add a handling fee, you can do that here. I'm going to say $2 per cake, and then an override tax rate. So you've got your tax rate set already. If I want to set a different tax rate, I can do that percentage point here. I can limit the quality available. Well, these cakes are really difficult to make because they're so delicious, so I can only make 50 of them. And if you want to limit the items per checkout, you put that here. This notify email, that's what's used when somebody purchases this item. The email you put here will get an email saying, hey, a new cake has been purchased. So you might put it at baker. And that way the baker will get something in their email saying somebody's ordered a cake and they can bake this new great cake. Here is some great actions you can use if you want to restrict to. So say you only want your members to buy this cake. It's a benefit of membership. I can just click here and click on the members folder, and then only my members will be able to buy a cake. You can also limit it by label, and you can click more than one. So if I could say if you're a member or you're on the speaker committee, you can buy a cake. Exclude is if you want it to be available to everyone but, and it works the same way. We're not going to exclude anyone. And checkout actions. So this is really great. So here, if the user already has an account, you can go ahead and say, I want to add this label to them. So maybe you'll have a label that says cake. And then when you have a new flavor of cake, you can pull up everybody who's previously purchased a cake in your members folder and send them a new email. Hey, we now have strawberry cake. Check it out. And then here you can remove labels if you want. So if somebody has to purchase this and you're just tracking everybody who has it. So we use the thing need uniform on one. So if you have everybody that says need cake and then you take off that when they purchase it, it's easy for you to track. And then if the user doesn't have an account, you can add them to a new folder so that you're tracking everybody who's made purchases, and you can then follow up with them later. How did you like your cake? This is a great benefit of the organization. Maybe you want to join, or that sort of thing. And that way you can track all your purchases. So I'm going to go to next here. Here you can put a picture. So I'm just going to take a picture of people decorating this great cake. And you can put several pictures here. Whichever one you put first, that's the one that's going to show in this little spot here. And then when you click on it, if there's more than one picture, they'll show picture 2, picture 3, picture 4. Okay, and then I'm just going to hit next for that. Options. So if I have several flavors, I might have a chocolate. And maybe you can limit the number available. Or if chocolate's more expensive, it's $2 more for chocolate. And then I'm going to add another item, and I'm going to say vanilla. And that's the same price, so I'm not going to add any more. And maybe one more, strawberry. So now you have your 3 options here. So when somebody goes to buy a cake, they'll get to pick which option they want. So next you can add questions. So I might put, what message would you like on the cake? And I'm just going to leave a text input here because I don't want to have, they can just write whatever they want into there. And then I'm going to add another question, and I'm going to say frosting type. And maybe we only have 2 types of frosting, so I want to make it a select box. and I can say buttercream or vanilla. And then hit next there. Now here's the receipt. So there are two things you can do. One is you can do a custom receipt for the whole purchase, and I'll show you where that's done before. You could also do specific receipts for items. So if I need to include information about where to pick up your cake or the cake delivery or that sort of thing, I can have, you know, thank you for your cake purchase. Then all cakes should be refrigerated, ... And whatever information you have that's specific to that cake, you can put in that, and then they'll receive an email. And I'll show you here real quick. So this is what a custom receipt will look like. This is for a different type of donation, but you can have it dear, and I'll show you how to put the name in a second. And then this is just all the regular stuff. So you can customize that receipt. And we do that here if I say, dear name. And that will put the name, the person's name right here. So that's a good way so that they'll feel that they were recognized and it's customized to them. So once you finish all this, you're going to add your item, and there it is. And you can add as many items as you want to your form. And once you're complete, you go over to the dashboard, and that's where you get your embed link. And you have one that's for a WordPress post, and one if you're going to put your shopping cart on somebody else's website. So if you have a good relationship with another organization and they're willing to sell your cakes, you can give them this and they can put it onto their site. But we're just going to put it onto our site. So I'm going to take this link and copy it. I'm going to go over pages, and I'm going to create a new page. And I'll call it cakes here. Imagine we're going to list cakes. And then insert the shortcode, and let me preview that. And here's what you've got. Now I look at here and I think, actually let me go back here. And I'm going to disable my left and right sidebar to give it a little more room. Preview it again. And there's my cake. So this is how it's going to look if it's just one item versus the way it looked. You saw the look with the 4 different items or more. And then if I go to add it, you'll see it asks what message would you like on the cake, the frosting type, and the option. Okay, questions on that? And then I'll go over kind of the dashboard and the tracking of it. Okay. So let's take a look actually here. And we're going to go back to our, leave this page, I'm not going to save it, forms and carts. And let me show you, let's see, shopping. Okay, so here's an example of what you're going to see when somebody makes a purchase, and we'll go back and make a purchase in a minute so you can see how that works. So here are the people that made purchases. If the email matches an email in your member account, you can click here. Oops, it must have been removed. Let's see. And see the member's account here, and it says there's a cart payment and what the form is and what the purchase was. So that's going to be always tracked in your member's timeline. And then you can see how much of what they purchased, what the total is, and I can click view here and see, oh, they bought a t-shirt. The name on the back of the t-shirt was a question, and they put Smith. Here's the total amount plus tax plus a fee, and here's all their contact information. You can also, if you want, is export this to CSV. And if you need to, you can delete your form as well. Oh, and there's one thing I forgot, so I'm going to go back to that. Earlier, I talked about the items and how you could set up the items. Let's go back to our dashboard, all forms. We were in Shop 2, and I said you could set some certain restrictions on the items as well. So your items were here, and we put in the receipt for the item. Up here at this settings is where you could set the main settings for the form, and this is where you can put a receipt for the entire purchase. So whether a person purchases the cake or the soccer ball or whatever you have on that page, they'll get this receipt. You have this little guideline down here that lets you know if you do print the brackets with name, it'll insert the name. This will insert the email, total purchase, tax, item selected. You can also change your form name here, or you can change the checkout button. So it can say checkout, donate, anything you want to do to it. You can have notification emails. So anytime somebody purchases from this cart, no matter which item it is, they're going to get the emails here. And then you have your handling fee and your limit fee. Same thing, you can have checkout actions for an item. You can also do those same checkout items for the whole cart, for the whole purchase. Does that make sense? Okay, great. All right, so now, let me refresh this to make sure I'm on a brand new thing. Okay, so I come to your shop page, and I want to buy a t-shirt. I'm going to hit add here. And then the questions that were put in will come up. So I'll say the name on the back of the shirt, option small, add to my cart, and you see there it is, the t-shirt, the handling fee, the total. And I want a restaurant coupon book, so it added that. There were no questions, so it just added that. It didn't need me to answer anything. And I'm going to do that local coupon book as well. And then I go down here and I fill out this information. And the address. And the email. And the phone. Okay, you see as I tab through this, it's automatically populating that for me. And then I can put my credit card information here and check out. So I'm going to just use, this is a fake credit card. It won't actually purchase anything or work for anything. I'll go through, and when I purchase it, it gives me a thank you here, and then it sends the whatever emails were set up to my email address. And anybody who had notification emails will get those notification emails that a purchase has been made. So that's how the carts work and the shopping. Are there other things I can go over for you today, or any other questions you have? Okay, so this feature is one of our only features that's available for, let me bring it up here. Our premium feature, so it's available for the 150 and up, or on this side, the 150 and up. So if you upgraded your account to plan 150, then you would have the full access for that. Okay, so I'm going to stop the broadcast for a moment.